My name is Nisya. I am the graduating class of 2020 from SPH Lipo Village. I am currently attending Calvin University as a secondary education major. Before I came to SPH, I was in another Christian school, in elementary school, and definitely the first thing I noticed that was different about SPH from that Christian school was that SPH is very open to students that are questioning theology, questioning Christianity itself. It wasn't really like that in my old school. In my old school, it was just kind of you keep your opinions to yourself, and if you question Christianity, you were seen as questionable. But in SPH, I think the environment is so open, so welcoming, and teachers are understanding of students that are maybe in a very unstable stage in their life where they're always questioning everything. And so having that in my adolescent years has been very helpful in getting me to have my own interest in what I believe in and to be active in pursuing my beliefs instead of just passively receiving stuff that the school taught me. So one thing I noticed about SPH compared to a lot of other schools is that the relationship between teachers and students is really strong. A lot of alumni, I used to see when I was still at school, I used to see a lot of alumni come back to visit even though they've been graduated for 5 to 10 years. And they usually come back because they want to see teachers, and I understand why they do that, because teachers at SPH are they feel more like family as opposed to a mentor. And I've always been able to go to my teachers whenever I need to question something about school, about my own personal life, about my own spiritual growth. And they're always available, their emails are always open. Even some of my teachers, I've also hung out with them on the weekends. That's why I think a lot of students, when they graduate SPH, they always come back because they want to see these teachers. And I think that's one of the best things about SPH from me personally and a lot of other people I've asked too. So in SPH, I did a lot of extracurricular activities. I was in TEDx Youth at SPH Lipo Village. I was on the badminton team for a really long time. And I had the opportunity to lead this group called Sayap Ilmu. Sayap Ilmu is an organization at SPH that focuses on bringing or helping children in rural areas of Indonesia get better access to education. And so being a part of organizations like this, I think has really prepared me to, has really shaped my EQ skills a lot. And so I not only had to learn how to manage myself in the team, but also learning how to manage other people, learning how to manage my teammates, manage events, how to run events, how to do stuff like budgeting and things that you would probably encounter later in life. And so I was very grateful that I could be exposed to that in high school, so that when I have to do it in the real world, I'm a bit more prepared, even though it's not completely the same, but at least I'll have experience dealing with those kind of things. And I also met a lot of friends from those extracurricular activities, friends from other grades that I would never have met if not for those activities. And so I'm grateful that SPH has these many opportunities that allow me to meet with different people in the school and basically just extend my network to what it initially was. So I decided to pursue education in 8th grade. I was already at SPH by then. It was because during a retreat session we had prayer night, and each prayer group had their teacher, supervisor, and so it was a very emotional night. Lots of girls in my group were crying, I was crying. But the one thing that stood out to me was my teacher, supervisor. She was very caring, very understanding of these teenagers, these very hormonal teenagers that were just crying about their feelings and whatnot. And something about it just touched me. And so I thought I wanted to be like that teacher. I wanted to help kids, be there with them through confusing points in their life. So that started off my path in education, but as I joined Sayap Ilmu on their mission trip to Flores, I was just kind of amazed to see the conditions there. They barely have a proper school building. They don't have proper school uniforms. And a lot of the times the teachers that were assigned to them didn't even show up for their classes. But then there were these volunteer teachers that still came to teach their classes. And so looking at those volunteer teachers who were doing it for free in a place that was probably hours away from their own home, and they had to go there by foot, it's just looking at their willingness to come teach these kids for almost nothing just so they can have a proper education. It just really reinforced my passion for education. So I wanted to be a teacher just like them. I wanted to, at all costs, make sure my students are getting the experience that they need in this stage of their life when they're still growing up and still questioning a lot of things about life. And so all of that to say, I'm very thankful for SPH. I'm very thankful for what SPH has done for me. If it weren't for SPH, I wouldn't have known my passion for education, and I wouldn't have met the people that I know now. Some of the best friends I've ever had are from SPH. And I credit SPH for making my teenage years so enjoyable.